Hey fools, Andrew Tonner here. Microsoft and Sony are duking it out to see which company can launch their new next-generation gaming systems more successfully. Now, recently Microsoft and Sony released sales figures that at least helped clarify how both companies performed throughout 2013. So let's take a look. And who did better? Well, on Monday we saw Microsoft release a blog post on their Xbox website stating that they sold 3 million total Xbox Ones throughout all of 2013. However, not to be outdone, Sony, at the Consumer Electronics Show, had the head of their PlayStation division unveil the fact that Sony sold 4.2 million PlayStations 4 throughout 2013 as well. Now, this sounds like a huge lead, and it meaningfully is, but at the same time, there's good reason to understand why Sony might have gained that sales advantage over Microsoft's Xbox One. Now, the first of which was the release date. Sony launched their PlayStation 4 a full week ahead of Microsoft, and again, with both devices being on the market for such a limited amount of time, a week is a meaningful advantage for Sony. Now, there's also the pricing advantage. The PlayStation 4 sells for $399 versus $499 for the Xbox One. Again, that $100 discount could also be a volume driver for Sony. And lastly is the overall number of markets in which both devices are available. Currently, Sony's PlayStation 4 is available in 38 overall markets versus just 13 for Microsoft Xbox One. Now, I believe more importantly, in trying to assess whether or not these device launches have been true successes, is actually the period we're entering, coming out of the holiday season and the timing around the launch, where there's so much euphoria, especially for hardcore gamers. Extending the window, the sales window, I think will be very, very informative as to how general consumers are interested in these products going forward. So, in terms of also understanding how this relates to both Microsoft and Sony as investable ideas, well, investors also need to realize that neither Sony's PlayStation 4 or Microsoft's Xbox One is a real financial driver for their core businesses. Now, looking at Microsoft, you've seen Microsoft's entertainment division generate less than 5% of Microsoft's overall pre-tax profits. Remember, when you look at Microsoft Windows, it really comes down to Windows, cloud services, and Office as the real financial drivers there. And it's a similar story with Sony. Sony's gaming division has actually been a money loser for the company in the last 2 years. Now, of course, the reinvigorated sales and success of the PlayStation 4 launch could help reverse the fortunes, but even then, it might not be the financial contributor that many investors think they will be. Now, of course, the launch of the PS4 and the Xbox One have been hugely important for the gaming industry, but again, you need to realize when trying to assess whether or not you can invest based on these ideas, it's not necessarily the same case for the companies that produce these high-profile consoles. Thanks a lot, and Fool on.